Hi, it is Scarlet, and I'm here with the technical finale of the season. However, I believe this will be going up 1 week earlier because week 8 is going to be played in place of week 9 because of scheduling. Hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. So this is supposed to be my week 9 matchup, and we both agreed. I'm versing a God Bear who I actually played in SPC, and I beat them in the first round of the playoffs, and I think they beat me during the regular season. So we kind of have a back and forth, and we both decided, because honestly, in all fairness to them, we're both kind of playing like shit. And I believe we're right next to each other in the standings. I'm 1-6 at the moment, and I think they are 2-6. So we are right next to each other, and I was kind of going out on a limb. I was like, hey, you know, we're both kind of playing like crap. We're both don't have real playoff contention. So would it be cool if we just did a meme match? Because, you know, let's just go out, have some fun, you know, who cares at this point? And they agreed. So we are bringing some memes. I asked if they wanted to like have the team memes and like have some serious shit, and they just said, hey, let's just go all out. And I was like, fine by me. So that is why you're gonna see some interesting sets. And starting with this first one, we have Chi-Yu, which is on the physical side. And this Chi-Yu set actually does kind of make sense, funnily enough. It does kind of make sense. If I can actually bring up the matchup, it does, at the very least, make sense, because Overheat, you might be like, okay, this is physical Chi-Yu, I can kind of get behind that, but why Overheat? That's because they have a Mudsdale. And I kind of wanted to have that as insurance because obviously, you know, Mudsdale is very good physically. So I wanted to kind of have that as insurance, as like, hey, I'm just going to hit you on the special side, do a lot of damage, you know, whatever. This Chi-Yu kind of is weird just because, oh wait, this is the wrong match. Let me pull up. I was like, there's a Glamora. I don't remember my opponent having a Glamora. They have like Meowscarada, Walking Wake. They have some pretty interesting models. They have Torkoal, which is a big one. If that thing comes, I don't think, just because it's memes, I don't think it will have Drought. I feel like if they played me and they saw last matchup where Chi-Yu just absolutely smoked in the sun, I don't think you'd bring Torkoal with Sun anyways, let alone memes. So I don't think it will have Sun, but just in case it does, I kind of slapped Overheat on for a massive amount of damage, because guess what? 155, what is this? This is about 125 base attack, right? Or something around that. And that's fully invested. So this is 135 plus Life Orb. Pretty much. Plus a Life Orb, because I saw a YouTube short where someone calculated it, and it's like 1.33 additional boost. So it's kind of like I have a Life Orb on the special side, and Overheat's still gonna do a ton. So I'm gonna refresh this. They have like Meowscarada, they have Frostmoth, who actually, this does make sense against Frostmoth, because Frostmoth has lower defense and higher spit off because of its ability. So this set kind of does make sense at the end of the day. And yeah, it's, again, just supposed to be a fun set. The EVs are this way just because I want HP, that's one. But then I also have just enough speed to outspeed a max speed Meowscarada, which, I mean, I kind of prepped like I was gonna get the actual versions. That's how I prepped against someone in another league where I asked if we could do a meme match, because we know each other pretty decently. We've been in a couple of leagues together, and I prep how I think what the opponent should bring, even if it wasn't memes. So yeah, that's kind of my reasoning behind the speed and why I'm bringing it. But yeah, they have Terra Stab on Staraptor, which is also a thing. They have Walking Wake, they have Toxtricity, they have Frostmoth, which isn't a Terra Captain, neither Toxtricity, but they are pretty solid setup mons. Sylveon, Hariyama, Mudsdale, Bronzong, and then the aforementioned Torkoal. And yeah, the the Terra Captains are Staraptor. I said Staraptor. I think I'm thinking of a different league. I think I'm thinking of a different league. I think it's Mudsdale, Toxtricity, and Frostmoth, I believe. But yeah, physical still makes sense in this matchup just because, like, to me it just makes sense. Something like Hariyama would be running Assault Vest at the very least. Sylveon doesn't appreciate hits. Frostmoth doesn't appreciate hits. Toxtricity doesn't really appreciate it from either side. And Meowscarada also doesn't appreciate it from either side. So, I mean, Special makes sense because Torkoal, and Mudsdale, but I mean that's why Overheat's here. So this set kind of makes sense. I wanted them to kind of make sense. So yeah. Next, I'm actually gonna move the order because it'll make a lot more sense if you see this mon. So Fortress. Now there's a lot of interesting moves on here. I think the EV spread is even more interesting. But Toxic Spikes, Explosion, Iron Head, Bulldoze. So T-Spikes is weird because Toxtricity may or may not come. I personally think it probably won't come just because Garchomp exists. But on the offhand chance it does come, that might be a bit of an issue. I'm not really thinking about it though. Explosion is just a boom on something or catch a switch in, or like literally if Bronzong is not in, I go boom. As long as one layer of T-Spikes is up, I go boom. Iron Head is for the Sylveon. Bulldoze is just kind of, if Sylveon's not on the field, I click Bulldoze. That is kind of how I'm running Bulldoze this week. Obviously, if Bronzong comes in, oh no, I don't know what I would do from there, but actually I could, I can get some speed. I think I now actually outspeed Mudsdale and Bronzong, so it's actually important. But yeah, that's Fortress. T-Spikes is very important. And there's two mons that benefit from T-Spikes, and there is one mon that will benefit from Bulldoze. So, Bulldoze is actually kind of important, like I'm saying. T-Spikes, Bulldoze are pretty important, so that's why they're both coming on this set. It's kind of the least memey out of all of them. Actually, it's probably the second least memey out of all of them, but I think there definitely is still some memes because, you know, 252 attack. This is even number. This is a pretty high SPDF stat. And then, I already said even number, and then max. So, yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, that's Fortress for ya. And yeah, like I said, set up. It's supposed to set up things that I'll be using. And someone who takes advantage of that is the Claw. This is a very interesting Clawitzer set. I think in the order of this team, this was the second set I came up with behind Chiyu. Chiyu, I instantly knew what I was running because, come on, physical set's pretty obvious. I mean, it's right there. Why wouldn't I run that? But Clawitzer, I really was looking at this moveset and I was like, I was looking at his team and I was like, this actually has a somewhat decent matchup. It can break a good amount of things that I need it to, especially that Mudsdale, and the Torkoal, and the Hariyama, and the Toxtricity, and the Star. Wait a sec, and I could live a hit. Wait a second. So I kind of was like, okay, I gotta run some heat with Clawitzer, and why not run a Resto Chesto Venoshock Water Pulse Mudshot? Why not? Obviously max special attack for obvious reasons. This makes sense. And then HP 161, I like having it just above leftover recovery, so I live up 1, or I don't know, some reasoning like that. But yeah, Resto, Chesto, Terra Poison for Venoshock. Unfortunately not boosted, but holy crap, man. Based off of a 120, it would be Stab with Terra Poison. Water Pulse as coverage, especially for possibly a Mudsdale Bronzong coming in. And then Mudshot again. Hits the Toxtricity, same with Bulldoze. Hits the Toxtricity, but that -1 speed is important. It is pretty important. So, plus it could like possibly outspeed things. I think base 79, so if it gets -1 boost. Hold on. -1 boost on max speed mons. 79 will outspeed. Guaranteed. This is just not loading. Maybe we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. I think it outspeeds things like Frostmoth, Sylveon, Toxtricity, and yeah. Right? No, never mind. And I mean, if it's that's a tough one. That's a toughie. Okay. Maybe I will invest some speed. Okay. Let's invest some speed so that on the off chance we play max speed Toxtricity, we can outspeed that sucker. Never know what hit him. 93. Sorry. 93. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, we fixed that. So, now with one Mudshot, it will be outspeeding Frostmoth, Sylveon, and Toxtricity. If they are max speed. I think they'll probably outspeed regardless, but whatever. But yeah. She's going to take everyone down. Resto, Chesto is obviously for recovery. And then Venoshock is big if there's a T-Spike up, because then it's going to be doing absurd amount of damage. And yeah, and it pairs insanely well. On meme teams, what I like to do is I like to have a lot of synergy with the memes so that like it feels like a complete team. Like it kind of feels like, I don't know, things can somewhat make sense. So yeah, and why not add Wochen? Wochen deserves a final game here. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do with Wochen. I wanted to do something offensive. I knew that for sure. I didn't want defensive because defensive, very standard. I've been running a lot of offensive Wochen because I think it's more threatening than defensive Wochen, especially with Terra. I think offensive Wochen to defensive Terra is crazy good. Unfortunately, in a lot of leagues, Terra is restricted or banned, and this mon gets restricted/banned from it. So it's kind of unfortunate. I really want to use Wochen again because it's so fun. It's just such a fun mon, and this set especially is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really banking on this Staraptor not coming because this is another set that has a move that wouldn't affect it. We have Bulldoze on this one, we have Mudshot on this one, and now we have Hex, Terra Ghost, Hex Wochen. As you can see, Poison Powder is here. Why is Poison Powder here, Ari? Good question, made up person. Poison Powder is here just to hit that Staraptor, and I believe that's it, just to hit the Staraptor, because even if this ends up, you know, dying or whatnot, if I hit the Poison Powder, at least that means Wochen, or not Wochen, the Claw, at least that means Clawitzer is set up and it can start, it can Venoshock that. So, yeah, I mean, Hex, pretty obvious what this moveset wants to do. Ruinate is on switch-ins, and really just for the Sylveon slash Bronzong slash Torkoal switch-in, just to like do some damage, hit it decently. Gauge Rain is recovery, and it also just hits hard, and then I explained Poison Powder. So yeah, kind of a standard Wochen. I said this that this is like, I really have 3 sets that are like kind of standard, but not really, which includes Fortress, Wochen, and now Little Nachi. So this is a very interesting Little Nachi set. Another mon where Bulldoze is on the team. But recover, I'm thinking this is my mindset, right? I think Staraptor will come, and because this is a meme set, and the only reason I know this is because someone has done this to me, not on a meme set, like during a regular season game, week I think 4 or 3, someone just pulled up with this Annihilate set where it was Final Gambit, and then they KO'd whatever was in front. Then they went to Vaporeon, which was Choice Scarf, and it clicked Copycat and used Final Gambit and KO'd my next mon. So it was a 4v4 pretty much. So I'm kind of preparing for that. That's why you don't see Purifying Salt here. You see Sturdy. If it tries to Final Gambit, Sturdy is just gonna, you know, it's gonna proc Sturdy, and then recover the next turn. Right? That's if Staraptor is leading. And this is kind of what I'm gonna lead against it. Ancient Power, come on. It's funny. It's kind of funny if I get the boost. Bulldoze, you will see with the next one why Bulldoze is coming, but again, this is also a pretty good way to just deal with Toxtricity if that thing comes, and it also gets, you know, the speed drop is good, especially for Chi, which is kind of slow this week. I don't have a Choice Scarf mon that could really clean, because I don't think that's not what we should be doing this week. So I figured that it was probably not wise to like just have like a cleaner and be like, oh yeah, whatever. Just kind of win a cool way, you know. Yeah, Lamachi, Salt Cure. I didn't really want to bring Salt Cure this match, but it kind of makes sense. I don't have a Bronzong answer besides Spicy Heat, and this is a very more reliable way to deal with it, as well as Mudsdale, so it kind of just makes sense to bring Salt Cure to this match. It gets free damage, and it puts things in range. And it also hits Frostmoth insanely well. Like, it doesn't make sense for me not to bring Salt Cure this match, unfortunately. But, yeah, and you can see this funny ass set. So 86 speed, I believe, outspeeds a, what does it outspeed? It outspeeds, I believe, Frostmoth or something. Frostmoths with no boost, neutral nature. Hold on. I believe. Yeah, this outspeeds Frostmoth with no nature, or a neutral nature, no boost, no easy investment, but it also outspeeds Sylveon. Actually, I kind of just want this to outspeed Sylveon. I think you can 1v1 that, and then we'll just put these in HP, or defense. I think you can 1v1 whatchamacallit, that guy, Frostmoth. I think you're 1v1, if not, I'll just switch out, whatever. No harm, no foul. Eviolite, obviously here for boost. Cover, like I mentioned, Ancient Power is funny, Bulldoze is for the speed drop, and it's a good answer against, you know, most things. And then Salt Cure is just good. Again, I don't really consider this a meme set. Obviously the speed, a lot of my meme sets are just like running a lot of speed on a not speedy mon, or running offense on a tanky mon. Or, that's kind of the meme in these sets, which I wish they were a little bit memeier. I have time before the match, but I don't know how I would improve it. I don't know how. Like, I had Slowbro in as one of these slots as Trick Room, but I have 2 teams with Trick Room Slowbro now, so I wouldn't really consider Trick Room Slowbro a meme at this point, for me at least. Obviously things like Flamigo exist, and I could have 3 Terra Captains at the same time, but I didn't know how to incorporate it, and I just couldn't find anything that was like, holy shit, that looks interesting and that looks cool. I kind of looked at Talonflame for a second and was like, yeah, this thing doesn't. I was like, I could use a Gale Wing set, but you know, like, what am I gonna do? Feather Dance? Like, I just couldn't find anything interesting with that. And then Raichu, I kind of gave it a second and was like, this shit's garbage, and then dumped it. And then Chomp was the last one, and I was looking into Sandstorm on it, on not only Knuckle Stack and not only my last mon, which kind of gives it away, but also I was looking for sand on Chomp to possibly use Sand Veil. But again, that's not a fun strategy, and I don't even know if it's legal, and I frankly am too lazy to check. So it kind of left me with one option, and at first I was going to go down the Sandstorm route, but then I found an interesting move. Electro Ball on Goldango. Not only that, but it gets low sweep for some reason. So, you know, I kind of put 2 and 2 together. That's why you're seeing all these -1, -1, -1 movesets. Because anything that's -1, besides obviously Meowscarada and Walking Wake, don't like the combination of Electro Ball Hex. They really, really don't. So literally, if Walking Wake or Meowscarada don't come, or, you know, I mean really just don't come, this set kinda pops off. Unfortunately, this is kind of basic just because I need speed and I need offense, and that's really it. So I couldn't really innovate as much, but low sweep's really cool, and it's really interesting that they gave it to this mon. I didn't even know it had Electro Ball, so I was like, fuck it, why not? Magnet's here for the boost for Electro Ball. Hex is here for Toxic Spikes and possibly Poison Powders. And then Recovery is just a recover option. I consider Nasty Plot, but I think that was a little too, I don't want to say unmemey, but it was like kinda like, I don't know. I also do need the recovery just to, you know, stay healthy against something like a Walking Wake coming out, and having enough HP for a Flamethrower. Same with Meowscarada and knockoffs and whatnot, and as well as you know, Staraptor, Brave Birding, or attempting to Brave Bird or something, and yeah, it just makes the most sense to me. Hex just hits anything that's slower than it pretty hard, pretty consistently hard. I don't know who I'm gonna lead yet. I'm torn between Little Nachi. If I see, how about this? If I see Staraptor, I'm leading Little Nachi, but if I see no Staraptor, I'm probably gonna end up leading Chiyu. Flame Charge into Overheat, or Flame Charge to Flare Blitz, or something like that, and just go in from there, because honestly Chiyu has a very, Chiyu's game plan here is click moves. Like, quite simply, it is click moves. So I'm very interested. This is going to be a lot of fun, and just good luck to Godbear, because we both have really rough seasons. Hopefully we can both turn them around. I think we're both in the some randomized summer SPC draft league, yeah, some randomized draft league in SPC. So hopefully, you know, we meet up again, and hopefully we can you know, battle again. But I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and I think we both are. We both kind of discussed, and we were both like, you know, our memes are kind of shit, and like, you know, they're gonna be really interesting battles in the end. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. I still have to join the team, and the battle is in 30 minutes. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Have a great one, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. This is technically the finale, but just because of the way the schedule works, I want to still get a match out on Sunday, so I'm probably gonna end up flipping these two. I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll just upload. Yeah, I'll probably just wait. So this really will be the finale when you see it. Not right now, but when you see it, it will be the finale. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me. I hope you enjoyed the season. I know there was a ton of downs, not a lot of ups, but I really did enjoy the season, even though I still think running multiple of the same items is kind of, you know, not fun. But I guess I sunk that low. In other leagues, I've ran 3 of the same items. I'm not gonna act like I'm any better, but still, I also consider myself unskilled. I'm not that much of a hypocrite. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me, and I'll see you guys in the battle. Have a great one, and peace.